We started the day like every other day, you know? Went out there early, first thing in the morning. It was raining a little bit, no big deal. Don't mind the rain at all when I'm on the water. We felt confident, you know? I mean, we were dialed in and we had caught fish days before, a few days before, you know? Consecutive days in a row. So we never had a doubt in our mind that we weren't gonna go out there and just absolutely, you know, bonk fish. I mean, that's what we were there to do. That's what we had dialed ourselves in. We had struggled a little bit early, you know, and then we got out there and bonked a few fish each day and started feeling a little bit confident. And so, yeah, we never expected this day to go quite like it went. But I can't really put that into words. You guys are just gonna have to watch it for yourselves. Welcome back to another episode of Walking on Water. This video is one I will never forget. Yes. Fish. I think so. Yeah, fish. We lost it. It was jumping right out of the back of the water right there with Jack. Fucking right off the bat. It was barely tapping. I thought we were on bottom. That thing came straight up, jumped out of the water and spit the hook. Well, I don't know if you can see me, but we literally just had a fish on our front right rod. Little Jack. Look over and it was tap, 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 and not like a normal salmon hit, but had it on for about 30 seconds and already lost it. So hopefully that's a good sign for today.
The reason his name's Walking on Water because his fingers so wet that he can't.
Yep.
That's pretty slick up here, don't you think?
This on bottom?
Could be 30.
No, that's a fish. Yeah. It's a Jack. Nope.
Oh,
right,
get to it.
right there. Jack number 2.
Sorry, man.
No, it's okay.
I didn't want to get down into it.
Fish number 2. It's all good. These Jacks are hitting just like weak. All right, guys, we've been out here for 10 minutes and we're literally 0 for 2 already. It happens that fast. Stay with us. Let's go bonk some, baby. You know, a couple fish lost so far. Not the end of the world, you know, perfect weather conditions. You know, we had the feeling that it was just gonna be an extremely fishy day. I mean, we dialed everything in from nothing to consecutive fish catches each day. And so on this day, I mean, we were just praying that the fish would continue to cooperate. The first 2 fish, you know, that we lost initially, they might not have been Jacks. They might have been a little bit bigger than Jacks, but they came right to the boat. The first one got off on top of the water. You can kind of see it if you're looking up top right of the video itself. But I mean, no, it didn't really bother me, you know, that we lost a couple fish early. If anything, I just thought, okay, that's a good sign, right? I mean, everybody that salmon fishes knows that there's short strikes and sometimes, you know, those hooks don't get pinned the way we like them to. And so, yeah, I mean, rebait up, put the lines back down in the water and just keep grinding. Two of the side rods. Rotten banana and Twisted Sister. Now we're going a tad fast. Oh, that's a big fish. It's gone. I think it's gone. We just got cranked. It's gone. My drag was too loose.
Filled out my vacation request form. Starting date that date. Ending date indefinite. Sorry about indefinite. Turned it in. He comes up. What's this mean? I said, "Is this what it means?" I'm gonna leave on vacation at this date.
There it is. That's a good fish. Please don't break.
Just keep doing that. Don't do that. Trust it. Got it?
Nope.
Still good.
I took one tick out of it because I had it tight. I was thinking, okay, one tick just to make sure, because you know how it's been with this.
I know, just trust.
I mean, the first two didn't bother me at all. I expected to lose a couple fish out there on the water. It's just 3 and 4 snuck up fast. And yeah, I know some of these fish weren't pinned, they're fish hits, but I mean, monster hits. Grab the rod, feel the weight, and just, it's disheartening. I mean, 1 and 2, no big deal. Any fisherman knows that opportunities out there on the water are extremely limited some days. And some days, you know, there's a plethora of opportunities. But on 3 and 4, just, it started to sting a little bit. I could start to feel it a little bit. And it's just one of those things where, you know, you rebait up, you put your lines back in the water the same way, and you continue working your program. You know in your mind what the right steps are because you are getting hit. But it's also one of those things where it's like, okay, you start to think, what's actually happening here? You know, what are we not doing? You know, is checking the drag, you know, while fighting a fish, one tick, really the reason that it got off? And there was definitely, I mean, you guys tell me, comment down below what you guys think the mistakes that were made in this video were. I can think of one off the top of my head. I think that when fighting salmon in general, you should take the boat out of gear. And, you know, with barbless hooks, it's good to keep pressure, but it's also better probably just to keep pressure with the rod itself and not add that extra pressure. But you guys tell me what you think a lot of these mistakes are, why we're losing, you know, 1, 2, 3, and 4 fish. Oh, big fish, big fish. It might still be there. It's gone. Crazy to say it, but 7:48 a.m. we're 0 for 5. Absolute insanity. We've tons of hits so far, obviously. None have actually been legitimately pinned yet. So today could be a freaking fire day. Yep. Fish on. You want it? Fish on, guys. Finally, hopefully we can get this one in the freaking boat. Feels like it just lost it. Nope. Yep, just lost it. Can you please fight the next fish? 0 for 6. Well, guys, it's hard to make it up, honestly. It's dang near 8 o'clock in the morning, and we have literally lost 6 fish already. Hopefully it's one of those days where we get a ton of opportunities, but from the pattern that we've seen in days prior to this, we've seen a really big morning bite, and then things trickle off. But we also have talked to people, guides, and other people at the boat ramp that have had super successful later morning as well as afternoon. So hopefully we can just stay on the fish, and hopefully we can start executing some of these fish into the boat. I mean, they're pinned and then they're not. It's just as simple as that. I don't think there's any real technical errors going on out here. They're pinned and then they're not, and that's what it is. But we're gonna stay positive, we're gonna keep moving. Let's go bonk some. My confidence level went from we are gonna murder today to we could be off the water right now if I hadn't touched the rod. Oh shit. Oh. Fish on, guys. Hopefully we can get this one in. Stay pinned, baby, please. Just a little guy.
I don't care. That's not good.
You think you can kill that, like turn that?
What do you want?
Yeah, just, yeah.
Okay, let's try to keep it in time. Oh, right there.
0-7.
You did nothing wrong there.
Man. It's honestly hard to watch back, honestly. It's freaking, at that point throughout the day, I was ready just to not touch a rod for the rest of the day. I mean, at that point, I was fully convinced that I was cursed. Something was going on to where no matter what happened, I wasn't going to be able to hook into a fish, bring it to the boat, and have my buddy Brian net it. There was just no thought in my mind that I could be the one to actually get a fish in the boat. It was just one of those points that I'm sure a lot of people have had. You know, it doesn't even have to just directly pertain to fishing. It's one of those things where so many things that should have went right went wrong, that you start to second guess everything, even though, you know, the success initially is in those fish even coming up to your gear and biting it to begin with. And so even though all those things were going right, the capitalization of actually executing a fish into the boat was just not happening. And so I was telling him, dude, take the rod, just take the rod, get it away from me. I don't want to touch another rod. And so that's really where my mind was at, you know, throughout the day as things started to progress. And I'm telling you, they progressed quickly. I mean, we went from lost 2 to lost 9, you know, before 9:30 in the morning. And so it's just one of those things where it's amazing to have the opportunities, but you definitely don't want to be on that rod the next time a fish smacks it.
175 down seems pretty good.
Yeah.
1-4.
Oh. Here we go again.
He even tacked it like a big old fucking salmon.
Oh. Fish on, guys. Hopefully we can keep this one pinned. Can we take it out of go forward? It's on. Okay. Huh, you got it? Lost it? Yep. It's 9:31 right now. We're 0 for 11. Do I look thrilled? We're gonna keep fishing. There's fish in here, obviously, 11 of them. 11 salmon have hit our lines today. And so one of them's bound to stick. Stay with us. Here, a whole lot. I'd find this channel over here.
Bottom.
That might be a fish. It's a fish. It's a fucking fish. Lost it. No way. 0-12. I didn't even put the last couple pins in the video. It's just honestly depressing. Nice big hits, you know, grab the rod, feel the head shakes. And it is common to lose fish at the confluence. It is a common theme. We talked to a ton of guides, a ton of buddies up there that, you know, the guides, they were going 3 and 8, or they missed 16 in one day, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth. But the difference is they were 3 and 8, right? They were 4 and 5 and 16, you know? And so 0 and 12 just felt like absolute defeat. We went from catching fish, you know, the 2 days prior, you know, dialing it in more and more and more, and then that day coming out extremely confident, you know, this is going to be the day that we get 6, so on and so forth. And it just, 6 came and 6 went, and then another 6 came and another 6 went, and you're just, it's noon, and unfortunately on that day, 25-mile-an-hour winds were getting ready to come up the Snake, you know, and hit that confluence, and there's just really nothing you can do at that point other than to motor down and troll upriver and hope you're going slow enough. And so we were on a time crunch, you know what I mean? There was nothing we can do. And then 12 came, right? Let's talk about 12 for a second. We're talking the most fourth quarter, bottom of the 9th fish possible. We were getting ready to reel in rods. As you can see, we kind of took that hook off the Snake and started coming up to that blue bridge that separates Lewiston and Clarkston. And we were getting ready to go up to the boat ramp and take the boat out. And then guess what? 12. Fish on, wah, wah, wah. You know, as you're looking at it, it's the front left rod here as I'm sitting on the bench looking to the left, and fish on, and fight it for about 10-15 seconds, and I mean, there goes 12. I mean, what do you even, at that point, you just gotta you gotta go home, you know, like a wounded dog, and just lick your wounds on the porch, reset up, recalibrate everything, you know, try to figure out what just happened. And honestly, this is a day of fishing that I will never forget. I will never forget the day that we went out there and lost 12 fall Chinook in a matter of 5 hours. I mean, days prior to that, the opportunities were pretty limited. We would get 3 or 4 or 5 bites a day, and we were able to capitalize on 2 or 3 of those each day. You know what I mean? And no problems. And just fish that were pinned out of their mind, barbless hooks, both hooks in them, and you just know once you get them in the net, wow, like this fish was never coming off, even with barbless hooks. Then you run it into the next day where it's just 0 and 12. And man, I'm sad that it happened, but I'm also kind of happy that it happened, because I'll never forget that. You know, that's a memory that I'm gonna have with me forever. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Walking on Water. You know, like the video, comment down below what you guys think we could have done differently to get a couple of those fish in the boat. I would love to hear your input, as well as join the private fishing Facebook group, Walking on Water Fishing. Check out my Patreon. There is nothing really posted on my Patreon yet, but there are some pretty cool subscription options. So if you want to go check that out, become a supporter on that. And there's some cool stuff in store for you on Patreon. And there will be also posts going out as soon as we get that #1 subscriber, baby. So thank you guys again. God bless you. Catch you in the next one.